Hi guys, this is Nat Does Hair and I'm presenting to you Nat Does EDU. In today's class, we will be diving into and exploring hair cutting. This segment will go in depth on a 90s inspired haircut. With layers being the huge trend of the year, we really need to keep our clients stylish. So get your thinking cap on and ready to learn. Layers have taken over the media this past year. And honestly, when I was in beauty school, we didn't really learn too many layers. Girls wanted it really blunt and one length, no face framing. And now we want curtain bangs and face framing and soft layering. So as you can see, my beautiful model, Delaney, has really no layering. Maybe slightly in the front, but other than that, it's pretty one length and it kind of draws her face down. We want a really effortless look. So we're gonna kind of gauge her face framing to start right here, like those classic bombshell photos you see, right underneath the chin and go out. And that way she gets some volume around her parietal ridge. We're gonna go ahead and start with my client wet. So we're gonna wash her. I chose to detox her hair or clarify it because I really want a clean canvas to work on, especially when I'm doing a whole cut transformation. I really need my comb to glide through, and a regular shampoo isn't going to give me that clean slate that I want. So now that she's washed and lightly conditioned just on her ends, I'm going to go ahead and brush her hair through. I personally think it helps me when I cut with a little bit of like a cutting lotion or a cutting cream. I don't like to cut with an oil because I feel like my hands slip too easily with an oil. So I'm just gonna use the Blow Dry by L'Oreal Professional. I'm just gonna take like a pump. I'm not going anywhere crazy with it, and I'm just gonna pull it around her face and then through mids and ends. I don't want it at her roots because again, I don't want to make her hair greasy, but I don't want to overly apply product right now. Now that her hair is all nice and combed through, I'm going to go ahead and do a middle part because I'm going to base the haircut off of her part, which happens to be in the middle. And I'm just going to go ahead and comb everything nice and flat with no over direction. I'm gonna start by taking a small, minuscule, like baby tiny triangle in her frontal bone area. So we're just gonna go ahead and take that. It should be just that direct center. This is gonna be my guide for the face framing. So I'm gonna move her head. If I want her chin up, I'm just gonna move it for her. I'm not gonna tell her, that wastes a lot of time. And also, they don't know how up is. And I'm gonna twist it. We want it to hit right under the chin as her first like swoop back. So I have it right there, I have my hair, and I'm just gonna go ahead and point cut into it and take that off. And now I have my two beautiful face framing guides. We're gonna go ahead, and since I already have my guide done, I'm gonna take a diagonal forward section. I'm gonna comb it at her face. I see my guide falling out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slide down. And you can see I cut all that length off, and you can already see those little pieces are starting to meet. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take another diagonal forward section. I'm incorporating my guide in this. I'm combing it nice and smooth, that way all the hair is all laying where I need it to lay, which is laying directly on her face. I'm using the tighter part of my comb because I need a little bit more control. I see my guide, it's starting to fall out. I'm holding my shears directly down and I'm just sliding them down. I'm not closing them, they're staying opened, and I'm just letting this part of the shear do the cutting. Get all the tangles out. Comb. And then I'm just going to slide down and connect.
There, you're good.
Okay, so since I took every section diagonal forward, I went all the way to the crown of the head. So I took each diagonal panel until I hit the crown of the head. Once I hit the crown of the head, I just went ahead and connected it. You should have this whole panel underneath untouched with layers. This is going to be your length, and this is where your density needs to stay. These are going to be your moving guides. So again, I took my diagonal forwards all the way till the crown, and you should leave all of this alone. The only piece that I connect is from 2 fingers width from the face, 2 layers width of hair. You should not go behind the ear. If you go behind the ear and cut off all of this, you're gonna leave a huge hole right here, and it's gonna be short in the front, long in the back. It's totally fine, but this is not that haircut. This is a natural soft layered haircut. We wanna keep some length in our front. Now that we did both sides of my face framing, I'm gonna go ahead and check my work. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my comb pretty much to where a bang would go, and take that whole diamond, or triangle, that's definitely a triangle. So now I'm starting in the frontal section of her hair, pretty much a bang section. I have a triangle section, as you can see right here, from her middle part. And then I'm going to pull her head where it naturally lays. It's almost like 45 from the head. I see my guides falling out, and I'm just going to slide cut it. Now I'm incorporating my first triangle in my second triangle, and I'm working my way all the way back to the crown. I'm letting my guides fall out. I have it at around like a 45, and I'm just slide cutting. I'm gonna treat these sections as my guide to work the layering around her whole head once her hair is dry. Now that the base of her haircut is done wet, I'm gonna go ahead and give her a good blowout, and then we're gonna finish the haircut dry. Now that she's fully dry, I'm gonna go ahead and just start the base of her cut. So we're gonna cut just about 1/4 of an inch off the ends. We don't wanna take a lot of length off. Now, when I cut the back of my client's hair, I like to make sure I place the cape opening at their shoulder. That way I have a really clean, flat canvas to work on, and there's not like a big buckle that you usually get right there. So we're gonna go ahead, and then as Delaney, go ahead and look down for me. I'm gonna have her look down. Since this is a more texturized cut and we just wanna trim, I'm gonna go ahead and just point cut the ends. And now I'm gonna pull all the hair from the front of the head and over direct it to the back. This is gonna give a slight A-line look, but it's not really gonna be A-line. It's just gonna be slightly longer in the front. I'm using the wide tooth part of my comb because I don't want a lot of tension. I want this to feel really organic and natural. If I see a few mustache hairs, I like to call them, I'll just go ahead and straight cut those to make sure I do still have some sort of a line. Okay, now I'm gonna pull her last section, which is by her face. I'm gonna comb it, slightly over directed back, and then I'm just gonna slightly point cut and connect that. I'm gonna put my client's head straight. I'm gonna bring a section from the back about 2 fingers width, and then I'm gonna turn their head all the way to the look at the side of the room. And then I'm just gonna cut off the corner and make it a straight line. That's So now we're going in and copying the other side. If I wanted my face framing any shorter, this is the time I would do it. I'm actually really happy with already how it's laying with just the wet cut, but since she is pretty thick, like her hair density, I'm gonna go ahead and just texturize it a little bit. So how I'm gonna do that is by taking my comb and I'm flipping it over my fingers so it's like fanning out, and I'm just gonna slide cut into it. This is gonna remove some of that weight and almost create that feathered look in the ends. And I'm gonna do it the same way I did my face framing by taking diagonal forwards all the way back from my crown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slide through it. I'm not doing anything crazy because we don't want a crazy texturized look. I just want it to be really light and fluffy. Now that I have the line of her hair done and her face framing done, we're gonna get into the layering of it. So I actually like to do my layers starting in the front because then I can really gauge on how short and how long I want the layers. So I'm gonna go ahead, take her whole front section, pretty much from that 2 finger of the ear up, right here. We're gonna bring it all the way up, over direct it, let the density line fall out. So now her length has fallen out. And we're just gonna connect the dots so I can see my guide and my guide. Because I want it to be a very fluffy cut, I'm just gonna go ahead and point cut into it. And you can kind of see that those layers are gonna go ahead and cascade all the way down to her length. Now I'm gonna work in about 1 to 1.5 inch sections. And I'm gonna make sure that I have a piece of my previous section in my new section. That way I have my guide with me. So again, I'm taking it, I'm over directing it. I'm letting her weight line or end line fall out. I can see what I need to cut off, and I'm just going in and point cutting it off. And now we'll repeat. Again, going in, since my front, I've already connected it with all my face framing. What I also like to do is I'm gonna grab one of my previous sections and just take off the bottom corner of the hair. So I can see all the front is nice and connected. Her weight line fell out. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that little itty bitty corner off. That way it's not so heavy right in here. Now that I have my haircut technically done, what I like to do is check my haircut. This is what takes your haircut to the next level. Never expect that you did it perfectly the first time. I usually don't even do it perfectly. We want their hair to grow out seamlessly, and the only way it's gonna grow out seamlessly is if each hair is even with each other. So I go ahead and take my crown, I pull it up, and then I make sure that that line is straight. As you can see, I'm almost straight, but I'm not all the way straight, so I'm gonna go ahead and just clean it up. It is such a minuscule amount, but perfect makes perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and check for face framing, because nothing's worse than when they pull their hair back in a ponytail and their face framing looks like this. We do not want that. So I'm gonna pull it to the front, make sure it's even, which it is, and then I'm just gonna kind of keep pulling to the front and make sure each piece is even. I'm grabbing the same amount of hair on each side of her part line, and this looks a little bulkier than that, so I'm just gonna go in and point cut it a little bit. And again, this side is a little bulkier. Now that I finished the haircut, I actually decided that we're gonna go in and texturize her. I decided to go in and texturize her because her ends are really bulky, and when she goes home and styles this, it's gonna be really triangular on her. Now, if she had finer hair, I probably wouldn't do that, but I'm customizing this cut for my client, and that's what's gonna take you to the next level when they have a haircut that fits their hair. I'm gonna go like I did that layering, but I'm gonna take a pretty bulky section and I'm just gonna go deeply point cut it. That way it has a little bit more volume at her scalp and it lays a little nicer. Now that her haircut is all done, it's texturized, it's layered, I really want to show her how many bouncy fun layers she has, because you can kind of see it with this blowout, but with me combing it, it's not really true to what that blowout was. So I'm going to be using the Babless 1 1/4 iron, and I'm just going to curl her hair. I'm not going to do anything really crazy. I'm just going to curl it all the way through her ends. This curling iron is so big, it's only going to give a big blowout look. It's really not going to give a true curl. Now that my beautiful client's hair is all curled, you're already starting to see those layers more. I go ahead and let my curls cool for a decent amount of time, especially when they're blowout curls. I'm gonna go in with my favorite texture spray, and I'm gonna just generously spray that through from mids to ends. You can even have them put your head back and then really spray those front face framings. That way they get that really good blown out effect. And I just take my fingers and I rake it through. I just want to break up the curls. And look at that. Look at her volume. Look at her face framing. Her little bangs. When she puts her hair up, she's going to have pieces to throw out of her pony. She can have a nice fancy up style. She can have a casual little clip there. This is such an effortless bombshell haircut. Thank you so much for taking my class. If you use any of these techniques, make sure to hashtag NatDoesEDU so I can see the beautiful work you created.